Whether you like it or not, artificial intelligence, also known as AI, exists. These computer algorithms are changing the world, and the big question before us is whether it will change it for the better or for the worse. AI can either be the greatest tool for doing a lot of good, or it could be the greatest tool ever developed to do a lot of evil, including controlling populations. Ultimately, the two groups of people who will decide which way it goes will be those that operate and control AI systems and those that use them. So the question before us is, which way will it be? This video is a general overview of artificial intelligence, and it will provide you with the knowledge you need to know to do your best to help the direction that AI goes to be the better option, along with future videos in this series that will show you how to use AI, but not to the point of becoming hopelessly dependent on it. It turns out that the number one pitfall of artificial intelligence is the danger of people becoming overly dependent on it, along with those who are willing to abuse that dependence. Artificial intelligence consists of computer algorithms designed to mimic human thinking. This allows AI to do many things that most computer programs cannot do. It allows AI to not only create images, but to analyze them in ways similar to how a human can. It also allows these algorithms to write material that is at least similar to the way a human can write. And it can analyze data and do it much faster than a human being can. These are tremendous tools, but they do come with risks. For example, the ability of these programs to write in ways similar to a human being is a problem for jobs involving content creation. On the flip side, it makes analyzing data a lot easier and quicker, allowing things to be analyzed that could never be analyzed in a reasonable amount of time, regardless of the skills that a person may have. In many ways, artificial intelligence is designed to mimic the way the neurons of the human brain operate. This does not mean that they are conscious entities, or ever could be. It simply means that such algorithms use the human brain as a model to work from. Its main advantage is being able to process information faster than a human being can and produce results that previously only human beings could. This opens the door to a lot of boring and difficult repetitive tasks that can be done by computers rather than having somebody sitting at a desk bored out of their mind. The downside, of course, is that it has the potential of eliminating the job held by that person sitting at a desk bored out of their mind. This is one thing if you have an older person who is retiring and you are simply replacing them with a computer rather than hiring somebody else. But the potential of people losing their jobs to AI is a real risk, and one that needs to be considered in how it is used. Artificial intelligence consists of computer algorithms designed to mimic human thinking. AI agents are not conscious death machines like what you see in Terminator movies. They are simply computer programs designed to help human beings with various tasks that they would otherwise take a lot longer to do. They can do research and a lot of other things. But they are not a major threat to humanity, and they are not conscious in any way. In fact, the main threat that they may pose to human beings is the risk of people becoming overly dependent upon them and losing skills that we have built up over centuries. This and people being willing to exploit it are the main problems that it poses. So artificial intelligence is not a direct threat to humanity, but there are risks to using it. The biggest risk being becoming dependent upon it, and that is something we need to avoid. There are two real dangers posed by artificial intelligence. First is people becoming overly dependent upon them, to the point where they forget how to do things they used to do by themselves. This is a real risk, particularly as they become more and more useful. The second danger is people who control the systems taking advantage of the dependence that people gain and using it to control them. This is mainly a danger if the control of such systems are only in the hands of a relatively few people, such as being controlled exclusively by the government. However, one way that can mitigate this potential risk is for there to be as many different systems controlled by as many different companies as possible. The more independent controllers that there are to these systems, the less likely they are to be misused in a general way. This is the case with a lot of situations where the more people have independent access to something, the less likely it is to be abused. Will there be cases of abuse on a small scale? Probably, but that is a big difference than abuse on a large scale, where the government is using it to control an entire population, or nearly so. Artificial intelligence has many benefits because it allows us to do things quicker that we either could not do otherwise, or that it would take much longer to do if we had to rely on our own efforts. These benefits include research and the ability to make images and video without even using a camera or having to manipulate images yourself. AI can be used to present its information in a simple matter such as a list, or it can be used to actually write a complete article on the topic if you require it. Now, it is not advisable to use it in situations where you are supposed to be doing the actual writing. In such cases, you might actually get yourself in trouble if it is discovered. After all, they are not 100% perfect. Once you actually start using one, the benefits of using it for certain tasks become obvious as you learn what you can do with it. Now, sometimes it may just be a simple list of items. It can also be used to look up such things as keywords or even get the best title for an article or a YouTube video. The benefits of AI are more numerous than you realize until you start actually using it. However, cautious not to become overly dependent on it. Learning to use AI is actually quite simple. It is no more difficult than anything else you will ever learn. A good comparison is learning how to play a musical instrument. You usually start out with simple songs such as Mary Had a Little Lamb, and do not jump to major concertos right off the bat. Also, you generally do not want to start out on websites that are designed for generating images and videos, unless you have specific prompts. The best way to start is with one of the chat systems that are available online, such as ChatGPT or Gemini. See the description for links. The beauty of these systems is that you can start off asking them simple little questions like, "How are you doing?" and you will get meaningful answers. As time goes on, you can ask it more complicated questions and even try some of the other features that they offer. With some time and just playing around with it, you can learn how to use some of these tools pretty easily. As a beginner with AI, it is best to keep it as short and simple as possible. This will allow you to not get too involved, but yet provide the experience that you will need to go further in learning how to use artificial intelligence. This is a very important thing to remember if you are just getting started. As you continue to learn how to do more things using artificial intelligence, it is very important that you do not become overly dependent upon it by giving up things that you used to do by yourself and turning them over entirely to the system to be done. Using artificial intelligence to do things that you could not do previously is one thing, but abandoning your skills to an artificial intelligence system is a whole different kettle of fish that you need to avoid. If you are a beginner with AI, keep things short and just have fun. Don't do anything complicated, and don't try to write anything serious with it. Just see what you can do with it and learn how to use it to get the results that you want. Start with using how to use the interface and every feature that it offers. Then you will be able to start actually carrying on conversations and learning how you can use it. One way of learning how to use artificial intelligence is by way of AI tutorials. They can come in handy in teaching you how to approach a particular artificial intelligence system and what kinds of prompts to use in that system. They can be particularly handy if you are trying to learn how to do such things as make pictures and videos. However, they also can be used for learning the basics when you have spent some time playing around with a system and still are not learning how to do a whole lot more. This might be the case because some things you might try to ask an AI system to do may be more complicated than it is capable of handling with a simple question. However, some questions are quite simple. For example, asking Most AI systems for a list of presidents of the United States will provide you with a list. AI tutorials can help you to get better results out of AI systems that you use as you learn to give them better prompts. Sometimes the simple little prompts are enough, but other times to get what you want, particularly images and video, may require more detailed prompts than the simple questions that a beginner might consider using. Unless somebody is playing this video for you, then more likely than not the answer is yes. After all, you already have the skills necessary to log onto YouTube and locate this video. Furthermore, the simplistic arrangement of most chat-based AI agents mean that most people should be able to understand how to use them right off the bat. In fact, the biggest difficulty comes in learning how to go deep enough with them to be able to make the best use of them, rather than simply using them for basic things. If all you want to use an AI agent for is a glorified search engine, then you probably will not have to learn a whole lot. However, if you want to dive deep and be able to really produce sophisticated data from an AI system, then it will take some effort. This is not your fault. It is because AI systems, no matter how good they are not perfect. And you have to learn how to get what you are looking for out of them. And this can take some effort and some skill at knowing how to word what you are telling them just right so that the information they give is what you are looking for. This is particularly the case when you are trying to produce images and video. So can you learn AI? If you're looking for simple interactions, then definitely yes. But with time, most people can learn how to get the type of response out of an AI system that they want to. In conclusion, AI is here to stay, regardless of what we do. The biggest danger is becoming dependent upon it, while others are willing to abuse that dependence. As a result, while they are useful tools, we must avoid becoming dependent upon them. Furthermore, control of such systems must remain in as many hands as possible and should never be reduced to the hands of a few, such as the government. Currently, it is quite easy to learn the basics of how to use the most common form of chat AIs. However, there are times when more information may be helpful in being able to use them the way you are trying to. In such cases, you may need to seek help